Yo, what's up guys, Blazik here bringing you guys another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. So this one's against a rematch against my opponent Seth, which I did feature him in the previous video where he uses Mega Steelix and I used my Claydol. That's all I remember from that. But anyway, this is my first time using the Flash Fire Typhlosion, and you guys will see how I do with this. But I also have my Scyther with me, which is Typhlosion and Scyther are pretty much my hard-hitting Pokemon. If my opponents do get the Stealth Rocks up on my side of the field, that would be a horrible time because pretty much my glass cannons will be crippled and I can't really do much damage to my opponent's team. So my priority is definitely stopping my opponent's set from setting up those rocks. So Regirock is pretty much the one Pokemon he's going to start off with. So I'm definitely going to start off with my Archeops to pretty much get my Stealth Rocks up and potentially just taunt him. No, not potentially. I have to taunt him. And yeah, so shut down his Regirock from setting up his rock. So let's get this battle started. So my opponent Seth here is going to start out with his Regirock, which is his shiny Regirock, which is pretty cool because he looks like a chocolate mountain Pokemon right here. But straight away, my Archeops is definitely going to go for a taunt because I want to shut down his Regirock from doing any funny shenanigans, I suppose. And he goes for a T-Way, which is pretty cool to see. I guess he wants to paralyze my Archeops because it's pretty fast Pokemon in the NU tier. I actually forgot to put Stealth Rocks on my Archeops. As you guys will see later on, Stealth Rocks will really help later in the matches. But my opponent's Regirock does go for a Drain Punch on my Harrion, which he got a crit on me, which really is cool with me, I guess. But I'm gonna straight away go for a close combat on his Regirock because Rock Pokemon doesn't like, fists and punches and everything like that. But Weezing is going to come out and take this close combat really well to the face, as I do get this defensive draw, which is unfortunate for me. But he goes for a... No, he didn't go for anything yet, but he gets his leftovers recovery, and he's going to switch out actually, which I did predict him to stay in, I suppose, because it's a Weezing. And just go straight away for a knockoff. Potentially in the first place, I want to knock off that leftovers off the Weezing, but it's going to help me later on in the match because I did do a very good chunk amount of damage to his Manton, which will really help yeah, later in the match. But he's gonna switch out and to his Electivire, predicting me to go for some kind of electric type move, I guess. But of course I would never do that, knowing that my opponent does have Electivire in the in his back pockets, I guess. But I'm gonna go for a Skull, and unfortunately for me I didn't get the burn. I'm gonna switch out to my Sonic the Quilladin here to potentially take the powerful Earthquake, which eat it up very well because he's pretty much so bulky with the Eviolite. And look at that, he took that Ice Punch like it was nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead, plant some seeds on this Electivire, sapping some health, potentially getting as much health back as possible because I do not have the leftovers because he does have the Eviolite, and the best recovery move I can get is Synthesis with the combination Leech Seed. Here I'm going to go for a Spikes because I want to try to set up on my opponent definitely some entry hazards because I did forget the rocks. But this Primate pulled out a Gunk Shot, guys. A Gunk Shot. I did not expect Primate to learn Gunk Shot out of all these moves. But he's going to keep chucking those trash cans at me, and I have no choice but to keep synthesizing. I can't even say the word synthesizing. And pretty much this part of the battle is kind of stalling. I'm trying to hoping my opponent will miss his Gunk Shot, but as you guys can see, he hit so many Gunk Shots in a row. I was like, yo man, Primate, you've been practicing in the junkyard or something, throwing trash can all over the place. I'm like, dang man, I can't do anything. But I gotta switch out because to my Undefeated to take this upcoming Gunk Shot. And as you guys can see, he did get the poison on my Archeops, which is like yeah, it's fine with me because I pretty much can't really do much back to this Primate because I do think he was Choice Scarf. But anyhow, I'm gonna go for Endeavor here. I guess my opponent did not expect me to have Endeavor, and this definitely helped me out because Endeavor is not affected by Undefeated, well not Undefeated, but Undefeated's ability, which is pretty cool to run on Archeops. And I'm gonna go out to my Masamune, my Scyther here, and just go for a U-turn and finish off this Regirock and stop him from potentially setting up again because my Archeops did die to that poison the Gunk Shot had on me. But yeah, definitely that Regirock's out of the way. I do not have to worry about rocks anymore. I'm going out to my Hariyama because he does have to fake out to do any prior damage to my opponent's Pokemon. So as I mentioned above, I mentioned previously, I'm going for a fake out, and I'm gonna switch out to my Quilladin pretty much as a, yeah, I predicted my opponent's primate to go for like a close combat or something, but he goes for a U-turn, so it's a good play on my opponent's part, getting the switch initiative, and he sends out his powerful Wheezing here. My Quilladin pretty much can't really do much to this Wheezing, so I'm gonna just go ahead and just try to go for a synthesis, recover as much HP as I can as possible, but he goes for a flamethrower, which I did not expect because I do have the flash fire Typhlosion in the back. Yeah, so my opponent's pretty ballsy here, going for like a fire attack, knowing that I do have the Typhlosion way in the back wings, I guess. But I'm gonna go for a spikes because for some reason I outsped the Wheezing, because usually Wheezing outspeeds Quilladins because it's a little bit faster, but I guess my opponent didn't put as much or did not have perfect IVs for speed, I guess. But I'm gonna keep setting up spikes because this Quilladin is pretty much done for. Sonic has done his job, you know, defeating Dr. Eggman or whatnot. But I'm gonna switch out to my Lantern here, pretty much to wall this Manton, because Manton really can't touch my Lantern unless he toxics me, which he does right here. And I mean, my Lantern does have the heal belt if I had to use it when I need to, but I'm going for a toxic again on this Lantern because this is really becoming a big problem, because Typhlosion, Choice Scarf Typhlosion does get stopped by Manton because Manton is really bulky. And I did predict him to switch out this turn because he's not going to stay in there, so I'm going to go for like a double toxic on this potential switch, and he goes out to his Lilligant, which is cool with me because usually Lilligant wants to, you know, set up with quiver dances and all these funny shenanigans, sleep powder. And thankfully I did win for the toxic, wearing down this Lilligant here. So he can't go for a sleep power because my Lantern here is already poisoned. So I predict him to go for like a quiver dance, which he did. So yeah, even with a +1 speed, I'm just go out and go for a Volt Switch. Even though I know the Electivire is way in the background, I'm just going for a Volt Switch anyway, just to, you know, be a little daring, be a little ballsy, and switch out to my Typhlosion here. Even with a +1 speed, my Typhlosion is Scarf, so it should be outspeed the Lilligant here. So I'm going for my powerful Zuko here. It's the powerful Choice Scarf Eruption. Bam! So Eruption here, as you guys can see, it did like almost enough to be a 2-hit KO after the poison damage. So I believe in Prince Zuko here as the rightful heir to the Fire Nation. As you guys can see, no water bending can stop Zuko because he's too powerful, man. That Eruption is just too much because Zuko is so awesome. Yeah, I guess because I nicknamed my Typhlosion Zuko because he looks like someone who can get a scar, because Typhlosion does look like yeah, looks like Zuko, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna keep like going for Eruption, and this Wheezing did survive the Eruption. I was pretty surprised, man, because I thought this would take out the Wheezing, but I guess because I was timid and stuff like that, and I guess if I was Maz, I would be able to take out the Wheezing, I guess. But he goes for a Flamethrower. A pretty bold play on his part because my Typhlosion is Flash Fire, so my opponent definitely props to him for going all out for these like ballsy plays. But I'm going for extra sensory and taking out this Wheezing here because yeah, that one time where I really needed that unnecessary filler move, extra sensory, it worked. So I'm locked into extra sensory. I don't want to risk his Electivire living this extra sensory. He might be assault vested in a way, so that's why I switch out to my whatchamacallit, Hariyama here to take the incoming wild charge. And looking at that damage, I should be able to take him out with a combination of Fake Out and Bullet Punch. And as you guys can see, I go for a Bullet Punch here and taking out this Electivire. So bye bye Electivire, so no more Motor Drives for you. So I really like Hariyama's moveset, like having the Fake Out combination and Bullet Punch. It really helps out because he is a slow Pokemon. And because of that Spikes damage, I'm going to go for a Bullet Punch again, knocking out this Lilligant. And yeah, so it's pretty much, he sends out his Primate here. And this Primate is going to take some Spikes damage, which is cool with me. So I'm going to go for a last minute Bullet Punch. I know it's not going to kill the Primate, but he's going to go for a Stone Edge, locking himself into that, and potentially just keep critting me because that's the only move he can, you know, really go for as he's Scarf. I'm going to go to my Masamune and finish him off with a quick attack, choice band, a quick attack, and ending the match right here. So definitely good play to my opponent. Good game, Seth, because we both made some like very risky plays, knowing I have Flash Fire knowing you have water absorb Mantine. So it pretty much definitely a fun match because I really enjoyed this battle, showing off my first time using Flash Fire Typhlosion, which is, yeah, definitely Zuko in that matter. Yeah, let me know if you guys are Avatar fans, because Avatar is like the best cartoon in my opinion. But anyway, good game, Seth, so I'll see you guys in the next Pokemon battle. Alright, peace out.